guys, welcome back to episode 4 of Let's Just Talk. Today, this is our cameraman. He's multitasking today.
Blow somebody's ear.
We have some special guests here today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, very special.
Thanks for having us, guys.
The guys.
I know I'm so
Or
excited.
do we have them do an intro? Say your name, your interest.
Yeah, we're gonna go down the line here.
Something interesting about you.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys look at my
I
orientation.
don't even know how to answer that question.
I hate that question.
Whenever someone asks like something interesting about you, me?
What would you say in school? Because you know they ask that question all
I'm
the time.
bilingual?
That's what you would
That's what I
say.
would say.
I would say
I never
that too.
thought
Half
of
the
that.
class is bilingual. Yeah, half the class is bilingual.
I said I had a
Like,
black
so-
cat.
You had a black cat?
Yeah.
Damn, what
Wait,
would
you
I
said you had
say?
a black cat?
Yeah, because I didn't know what else.
Who the hell?
So what's your name, man?
Oh, my name's Tejani. Anything interesting? Not really. Nothing interesting. That's what's interesting.
My name's Jake, and not too much interesting.
Boring.
Yeah. Where's the crickets?
Grandpa.
You want me to lie?
You want
Make something up?
Yeah.
I can walk with my hands.
You what? You can walk with your hands?
Yeah.
Definitely
Wow.
not.
Oh, I know how to fly a plane.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I
forgot about that.
I'll finish it off real nice, guys. So, my name's Ramon. I like to skydive in my spare time. And,
Spare time.
You guys can call me Junior, I mean, if you guys want. That's what everybody knows. So, yeah.
How many times have you been skydiving?
Probably like 35 times.
Oh,
I've been
wow.
counting. Yeah.
So that's how many free
amazing.
times you've had?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's good.
All right. So clearly some very interesting people here.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you guys.
well, we should also mention whose man's is who.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Whose man is who?
Who's man?
whose man's is
Man,
this?
is
Well, Jen's man's is in Brazil right now,
but
so
he's on the
Sad.
plane somewhere.
Yeah.
Over,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Over the-
South
Texas.
Over the
Over
states.
Texas.
Yeah, probably.
We're obviously very smart here too.
Yeah. So my
Yeah.
man's is not here.
Shout out to Gabe, man. Shout out to Gabe.
Yeah, shout out. I
Mr.
hope he has a
Gabe.
good time in Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh, he will.
and he.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure he'll watch our podcast too.
He will.
Yeah.
I'll make him.
Yeah, and you'll know if he did.
Yeah.
You can ask him questions.
Yeah. Quiz him. The middle of the video is when you know.
Yeah.
Well, my man's is Tejani right there, with the high palace hat. What the fuck is the brand?
Kill the hype.
Yeah, that one.
And then mine is in the middle
With the red hat.
with the red hat.
And mine's is at the end with no hat.
Okay.
But yeah.
You want to?
It's kind of sweet, but
Well, drink your wine. Remember.
yeah. Just very good.
Yeah.
A lot more sour than I thought, or bitter, whatever the word is.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, bitter. I thought it was very bitter.
Wow.
Yeah, you could kind of hear this.
I hear them.
Sorry.
Oh, that's why Tejani the other day was like,
No, that was not him. I don't think that was.
you?
I don't. It was probably my Invisalign. That was me.
Oh, it was.
Mass saliva with my Invisalign.
But yeah.
Okay, so the reason why we had
Yes.
these special guests is because we
Yeah.
have certain topics that we want to talk about as women that we think we would like their opinion on as
Men.
So are we going to take turns? Or like, one, or?
no. I mean, I guess if you have
whoever
something to
speaks up?
say,
Okay.
Yeah.
you could
Say
fight
it.
each other for it.
We
You gotta speak up.
It's not bad.
So
We should have a button.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, that would be cool.
yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna. Oh, it's very loud. We're gonna have some serious topics, some not so serious topics, but definitely the reason why we have the guys here is to hear their perspective on things. As we're obviously 4 women, and they've been with us for a number of years.
Yeah.
And they know how we are, and they know how the rest of us are with each other in certain situations. So we'll hear what they have to say.
Before we get started, so do we look at the camera or do we look at you guys?
What do you mean before we get started?
Yeah, we got started. All right.
You wear
Look
whatever.
at the
I
camera.
mean, you could look at there, or you can look at us, however you
Yeah,
feel comfortable.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
I know it's a little awkward to like
Yeah.
censor, right?
Still
Yeah.
there, you know.
Yeah, we're still getting used to that too.
Yeah, that's true. But
All right, so on to our first topic.
Yeah.
yeah, well, the reason why we even wanted to discuss this was I follow this Instagram page. It's feminist. It's just feminist. That's the word. And they're always posting, things about feminism and there was this one post of this woman who was basically just showing her skin. She covered her nipples, she was covering her private parts, everything, and she was like against a wall, and you would just see her side profile of her body, and Instagram deleted that. Well, someone must have
I
reported
think
it.
we could actually look it up.
Yeah.
See.
And we'll definitely probably insert it if we can.
Yeah.
But the whole issue is that why are people reporting this, number one, and why would Instagram even then go ahead and delete it? She's not showing her nipples, she's not even showing her private parts, it's just kind of her side profile of her body, her naked body, yes, but it's not a
right here.
sexual photo.
So you guys can see it.
And just for reference, I've seen a lot worse.
Right.
Kim Kardashian, like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it had to be someone to
Yeah,
report.
that's what I'm
her.
saying, somebody.
Yeah. And I don't think someone reviews those when someone reports you. If you
They
get
just-
I think you get a certain amount of reports, and if it's like I think
Yeah.
there's a comment box if you get really bad, like reporting someone, then that's like, oh, we should just get rid of it instead of like waiting.
Yeah, but then what's the scenario with like? I mean, we've seen it. There's like other girls are like half naked, pretty much their entire Instagram.
But think about nobody's reporting
They
those.
follow-
Yeah, because they
for
like
that.
that shit, so no
Yeah.
one's complaining.
right, but then you said it was like a feminist page.
But who is she? Like,
Right, who,
oh, it's a
like,
feminist
right.
page?
That's exactly what's gonna be my question. Like, if it's a feminist page, like someone went on there purposely to report it, maybe because of the type of page that it was.
Yeah.
Well, they had taken the photo and reposted it on the feminist page, but
Yeah.
it was her own
I
individual
see.
photo on her Instagram. But what did you guys think of that photo? Do you think that's a sexual photo? Do you think?
No.
Okay,
No.
because you said you've seen worse.
No, I've seen worse. I mean, and the reason why I don't think it's sexual is because it's her side profile. I don't think she's like trying to show off her like,
Yeah.
attributes or anything like that. I think more or less like she was trying to like portray a message.
Yeah, there was something written
was
on
Right,
written
there was
on
something written on it, like, right,
Well,
so
yeah,
she,
it said
more or less
this
it was like
post
she was
was deleted.
portraying her message. I don't think it was she was trying to be like, oh, like, look at my breasts or look at my ass or this and that. You know, I think it was more or less like, this is how I want to express myself, which is fine. Obviously, your body, your rules, right?
Yeah.
But did someone? Is that picture? She took the same exact one and then just wrote something on her thigh.
I believe so.
Did someone? Did that one get deleted as well?
Yeah, she actually posted. I didn't tell you guys. She posted that same photo again because it got deleted again.
So it has to be someone. It's not Instagram just deleting it.
Right.
So there's not a specific person saying this photo is inappropriate. Like, if enough people think that the photo is inappropriate, then it gets deleted.
But that's the thing. It's like, why would anyone think that this photo is inappropriate?
But you never know. People just have their own opinion. Like they think, why is this girl doing this?
Yeah, like I think
Right.
when you have a woman that's like,
Empowering.
empowering and speaking a message and trying to, liberate herself, then people have a problem with that. But it's when like, let's say men are sexualizing a woman, then it's fine. It's
Right.
like, oh, okay.
Well, exactly. I think that's the only reason why it's even getting reported.
Yeah.
Had it been an instance where maybe she was showing her off her body in a more sexual
Yeah,
way,
like-
it probably would have been accepted as it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I
like,
think the only reason why it seems to be getting reported, because like we said, the image isn't sexual at all. It's only because it's portraying...
Because of her message,
right,
too.
because of her message. So it almost seems like maybe it's just a group of people that maybe don't believe in her message, so they're reporting it more for the sake of, we don't believe in the message, and on the forefront of that, they're putting it as like, oh, it's an inappropriate photo, when that's not actually maybe like their underlying message is different, you know?
Yeah, it has to be because Sports Illustrated does that with athletes,
Right.
and they're fully naked.
Male and female.
Yeah, male and female. Like they did one with the soccer goalie, the female that got really popular. I think it was like 5 years ago.
Hope
Solo. Yeah, her.
Yeah. That
She
is
was
a
on the
contest as
cover.
well.
Yeah, she was. They were on the cover naked, but they were just covering their part. Males too, like Saquon Barkley had his too.
Yep.
But those are on magazine covers that you can buy at the store, and anyone's walking in.
Yeah.
So it has to be someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you had mentioned that it has to be multiple, right, to get it deleted.
Well, I don't know. I'm
Or
guessing
just
because I'm thinking if it's a feminist page, that means they probably have thousands of followers.
Right.
Well, it was posted on the feminist page. So this is just like me, a regular girl, posting that photo because that's what that woman
Did it get deleted on both the feminist page and that girl's Instagram?
No, I think
I'm not
feminists
sure.
still had it.
Yeah, I
Because
think
you
they
sent
still-
it.
So someone that someone
Yeah.
had
Sounds like
to report-
something personal.
Yeah, someone was like,
Yeah.
"Why are you doing this?" And especially if she's like not older, but if the crowd that she hangs out with, or the people that she follows, have children, or like maybe they're really against that, then they're gonna.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to own up to it. You could just report it, and you never have to say you did it. It could be someone sitting right next to you, and they just don't agree with that.
Yeah. So, like, ongoing to that, so it got deleted. And let's say that we're that woman. Now, we're posting this photo because we feel proud of our body, right? We maybe had kids, and which I'm assuming she maybe did. And I'm proud of my body. I'm posting this. All of a sudden, people are reporting it, and people are deleting it. Like, what do you guys think that does to our self-esteem off the bat, right? Like, is it being reported because you don't like the way my body looks? Is it being reported because it's not as sexual to you, that, you know, in the way that you like things, and boobs out or butts out, you know? So it then goes into, like, the society. Like, why is this being deleted? Why is it being portrayed a certain way? How come it's acceptable for, you know, maybe me in lingerie to be okay, but not just showing my side profile of my body?
Right.
And, you know, like, what is your opinion on that? Like, why are women's bodies seen so sexually in society compared to not, like, just being a regular woman body that can bear children, that's a beautiful body, but, you know, why is it seen in a sexual way?
Because people always think that, oh, women should not be acting like that, dressing like that, talking like that, because everyone has this, like, perception of just women have to be cut, clean, they never do any of that.
Right.
But then if you think about the other side, men look at the opposite side when they don't want them cut and clean. It's like they want them in lingerie, or like the naked pictures, like basically naked when they put like emojis over their like nipples and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's always going to be the opposite. You're always going to have someone complaining at you when you're just trying to do it, and like you're proud of your body because you had a kid and you're just trying to show it off. Someone being against it, like, oh, you have a kid, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
There's always going to be people going against it. I don't think it's wrong.
And I think it's like for men, sometimes it's like they want, like how you're saying, like they just want a picture perfect woman, like a supermodel. That's okay. But then a mom that's trying to show off her body, like maybe after she had a child, then that's like that's
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Right.
I don't want to see that, because they don't find that attractive, or they're trying to make you feel like that isn't attractive, you know?
Right, and I'm willing to bet it had been a different scenario. Had
Yeah.
she been a woman that was maybe like sexualizing her body throughout maybe like the history of her Instagram, it probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But it's maybe because she was probably just a regular girl, modest girl, but she maybe had that one post where, she, like I said earlier, like she was just trying to portray a message, and someone or a group of people disagreed with her. But had she put up a post and she was trying to be sexual, it would have been accepted, which is obviously a big issue that we're dealing with now, where I think like women in general like are over sexualized, and obviously that's like carrying on to like younger girls and so forth, and we're making it so like that's normal, and honestly it's really not, if you think about it. Like, girls are willing to just expose their entire bodies just for money or whatever other reason, but it's almost become accepted. But when someone is doing it because they want to put a positive message out, it's not viewed the same way.
Yeah, that's stuff. It's kind of like I see, like, you know, it's like you want to say, yes, it's your body, so you can do as you want and as you please, but then at the same time, it's like us women, we want to believe that, like, oh, we can just, you know, put a picture of ourselves, naked or not naked, in lingerie or bathing suit, whatever, but, you know, at the end of the day, it is going to get sexualized, and especially if you're, like, a young woman, girl, you know, like how we talk about like TikTok and all these young girls doing all this, like, you know, and sometimes, you know, to them it's an innocent dance or whatever, but there's like grown men on the internet and pedophiles and whatever looking at these girls thinking, you know, other things, and like to me it's like, where's the balance? Like, how do you raise a young woman?
Yeah.
To say that, yes, you can do that because it is your body, or in a sense, it's almost like, well, it's also the internet, so the world could see it, and like, how are they gonna, not because their opinion matters, but also for your own safety, you know?
Yeah. Which, you know, then goes into also, like I was mentioning, society, because a long time ago, you know, there was this idea of, well, women's bodies are sexual, they can't show their nipples, but men can show their nipples. Right? What's the difference? Just because my nipples bear milk for children.
Yeah.
You know, what makes it so different from men and women, and why are women's nipples seen so sexually than men's?
I think you have to take it like back how it was in the day, right? So men used to run the relationship. I mean, and the woman would just stay home, cook, clean, right? But that's my woman, right? Nobody else can have it, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming also my neighbors, my friends, the guys will look out for me as well. So look at it now, right? Let's say all your friends, you know, they know your girl, and your girl posts she posts that picture up. But you guys have the same idea, of, you know, when it comes to a woman, the perspective on a woman, right? She posts that picture, you're like, well, that's not right. That's my boy's girl. Nobody can see that. That's only my boy can see that. Now, I'm not saying that that's what everybody thinks, but I'm assuming it's something similar to what happened when they reported that picture.
Protective.
Yeah, and it's stupid, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like you guys said, if a woman wants to show her body and it's for a positive message, maybe that's how you're going to get more attention and go ahead and boom, that's the positive message is right there. And it's not what you thought at first. Other men don't want to see that, you know? And sometimes there's also, some of the men probably also feel insecure. It's crazy to sound, but that's like a whole nother story. So.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's also very true.
But I think there's a certain age where it should be, and it should be not allowed, but I mean, like, things should be taught, like, onto, like, younger kids, like, make them aware, because kids are innocent, they don't know. And if a kid's dancing on TikTok, they just saw it popular, and I want to do it. They're not thinking of it sexually, but there's creeps out there that are going to think of it in a sexual way. So I think you just have to, like, you have to educate them on that and seeing, like, hey, there's other people that can see this, or there's settings where you can make it private to only your friends. But I think you just have to give that knowledge to your kid so they know that it's not. It's like if like a kid's touching a stove, it's hot. After a while, you're gonna learn. If even the first time you may not know, but if when the fire's on, you're gonna learn it's hot. So then teaching that, like, hey, this is what can happen if you continue. These are the men that can happen. There's sexual predators that look for that. I think it's just being educated. So I don't think there's a difference.
Yeah. And, you know, you mentioned age. So, like, at what age do you think? Because, you know, for us as women, you know, there came a point when we were a younger girl where it's like, okay, it's time to buy a bra. It's time to buy a padded bra, you know, because we can't just wear a cloth bra, and not to make you guys feel uncomfortable. But, you know, there comes that point. If you guys have, you know, children that are females in the future, you're going to have to deal with that one day, and you're going to go have to buy her bras and then padded bras and then maybe, you know, underwear, all that stuff. So it's like, at what age do you think that you have to teach your kid you can't just be touching girls like this, you can't just, you know, you can't get too close? What age do you think that is?
You're saying it was like if I had a son?
Yeah, a son or
I mean, from the get,
right?
Yeah, from the get, like. I mean, that should be something that's just the norm. I mean, like, even, like we're talking obviously on the topic of, like, girls, you know, and, like, showing off their bodies, yada, yada, right? But even from, like, if I had a son, I wouldn't even want him to see things like that at too young of an age, because I feel like that also, like, kind of, like, takes him off his path, or, like, gives him the wrong idea of what the female body is. So he thinks, like, oh, the female body is just something sexual, you know? So moving on in the future, he can't have, like, a regular friendship with a female because he only views them one certain way. You know what I mean? So even...
And maybe that's the problem.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I think that's what I have hope in our society now, that I think boys are getting raised differently than before. It's not like, you know, how people say, like, that they have a son and a daughter, and it's, you know, you're
the way you treat
like you treat your son a certain way. Oh, your son's curfew is 10 o'clock when hers is 7. And it's, you know, I think now people are seeing things more equal, where it's like we're raising our kids the same. She's going to be strong and independent. He's going to be strong and independent. He has to be careful. She has to be careful. Because, I mean, it could happen both ways, really. A lot of boys, get sexualized too. So it happens as well.
Right. I think we're probably seeing more now, because I think boys are more comfortable speaking about it now. But I think it probably happened a lot more back in the day as well, because the thing was, let's say you came to your father like, yo, this man touched me. I mean, are you really going to tell your son, like, you got to come out with that back in the day? Especially back in the day. Yeah. It wouldn't, right? So you wouldn't hear much about it. So times are changing.
And definitely. To elaborate on what you said, Lisa, like, you know, the son's curfew is 10, but the girl's curfew is at 7. And there's a reason for that. Because if your daughter is out late, past 7 o'clock, what can happen?
Yeah.
Right? And then it goes into that, and it goes into how we feel uncomfortable sometimes when we're late at night, walking your dog, you know, when you feel a little bit unsafe. And we were having a conversation the other day at dinner all about that, you know, and we were telling the guys how there's certain situations that we feel uncomfortable if we're walking late at night. That's number one.
Yeah,
right.
just paranoid.
Always paranoid. Always watching our back.
Absolutely. Yeah, and those are things that men maybe, I mean, don't think about, maybe because they're men, they're like built differently, like, you know, but still, like, we should grow up in a society where, you know, like, how do I put this? Like, a woman shouldn't
you
be
shouldn't
afraid.
have to look over your back.
Like, you shouldn't really have to, because then you should know that men are here to protect you too, or, you know, like, it's just, it's not like, because that's what we were saying, like, I feel like if I'm walking, let's say late at night, I'm walking to my car, whatever it may be, any man that I see could be a potential threat to me.
Predator.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to, no, it's just anybody. I mean, we were, even women, because now, you know, you just never know. But, sorry. But,
and then, like, let's say a man does approach you. That's another situation. Oh, you look so beautiful. Oh, what's your name? Oh, can I get your number? All of those questions,
walk away.
I shut down.
seriously, I already think, like, okay, I'm getting kidnapped.
But
Where's
you
the
see,
van?
Jake, we can't. Sometimes we can't
No,
walk away,
I
you know? Because then you have those situations where maybe a man is aggressive. And it's like, why are you walking away from me? What, you can't have friends?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do
Yes,
this?
exactly. No,
How many
that's always the case. Like, you never know, like, you have to, like, read the room in a way, like, how's this person going to approach it? And I don't know if as women, like, we kind of just get it. I don't know. I don't know if they would get that, because it's not like you're having some crazy lady come up to you, you know?
I think we get it, because it's like the Accord. So it comes now with a feature where you can go ahead and, like, once you get close to the car, it opens all doors.
Yeah.
So at first it was just, it opens the driver's door. And I saw the feature, it opens all the doors. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to put it here. And Stella comes to me the next day and she says, babe, I don't think it's safe for me for you to do that, just in case it's late at night and you know all the doors are locked. I laughed it off and I thought it was a little funny, but then I thought, like, okay, if it opens all the doors and that person wants to get through the other side, they can go ahead and get into the other side with a knife or a gun or whatever. As opposed to her only the driver's side opening up, she locks the door and boom, gets out, right?
Yeah, you innocently did that. Not even.
Yeah.
You weren't even
thinking
that.
Right.
Change that back right away, you know, because obviously I don't want nothing bad to happen to my baby, but.
But you see, that's something we're always aware of.
Like,
and that's something, and I even say, you know, I do apologize, because sometimes I am oblivious to a lot of these things.
And it's sad that you guys even have to live like that, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like her walking the dog the other day, like some dudes over here by the bridge. All they want to do, you know, is ask her these questions, and I get it. You know, late at night, you walking the dog. Maki's not gonna do nothing. He's not a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? He'll run with them if anything. And I get what you're saying, because even sometimes I would feel uncomfortable as a man just walking by myself, and you know, it's a group of guys around. You know, so
Definitely.
And you're a man, so imagine a female where you know. I know Lisa was saying let's not say, but say that, you know, we're equal, which we definitely are equal. But yes, I do believe in certain situations men are stronger than women. And
right.
Because I think biologically,
from a physical standpoint, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not every woman is built like a fucking bodybuilder. You know?
Not everyone's Serena Williams.
Yeah, exactly. So,
so like, you know, you may be able to fight them off, punch somebody, but I don't think that I can do that.
Yeah. No matter, like, it doesn't matter how equal I think we are. Like, that will always be, there will always be the physical. I mean, of course, there's going to be, like, little short men and, like, really big women or something like that. But most times it's not that way. So I think that, to us, is our defense. Like, you guys think, like, you know, from a young age, like, I know how to fight or I know how to do this. For us, I feel like the way that we can de-escalate a situation like that is by like reading the situation. Yeah, because, you know, otherwise you don't know what you could get yourself into, because you know, not every man, because there's a lot of great guys out there, but a lot of people you just never know, fucking psychos that could just turn up on you, and then what are you gonna do, you know? So, and
we can't be too nice, we can't be too mean, because if we're too nice, oh, she likes me. If we're not too nice, oh, she's a fucking bitch. So it's like, you know, which I'd rather you think I'm a bitch than the other thing,
right?
But I think it all goes down to educating men.
I think you gotta
educate kids when they're younger. Because like if they're in high school, it's already too late, I think. Right. Because that's when it starts. Like, if you notice, like, I think where that change starts is like maybe in middle school, like towards like 7th and 8th grade. I feel like there should be like not like a homeroom, but like a time where like you teach like the difference of like this is how a woman feels. Like if there's, because then think about it in like middle school and like high school, like kids make fun of girls because that's like their scapegoat. It's easy to do so, and like so then you grow up that way, and you're like, oh, she's just a female, she's not gonna do anything. So then you see a girl by herself, you're like, I'm gonna go up to her. She says no to me. Who cares? Because you're dismissing them like as if they're nothing. And I think that's why it definitely has to be taught into a child's life a lot younger, so they can learn that.
And then even in school, man, like at home.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it should be the school's responsibility, just because at home, people at home can barely get taught anything.
Right, they don't know what's going. Like the parents don't know what's going on. Like, your parents didn't know what was going on when you were in school. Like they just didn't.
But then again, well, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like, you're absolutely right. I do think that is true, but I also feel like a lot of things that you learn are from your home. Too, you know, because let's say you come from a home where your like father is abusive to your mother. You can either one take that and be like, I would never want to treat somebody like that, like how my mother gets treated, or you will just follow in those footsteps and
be just like them.
Yeah,
it's a never-ending cycle.
Exactly, you end up being the same way. I mean, I don't think any parent wants to like raise their kid to be like a rapist or anything like that, but I mean sometimes the examples that they see at home, or for women too, some girls take that like, oh, I see my mother, she's super submissive, or she's like in an abusive relationship and she lets herself get used, abused verbally, physically, mentally. And if you don't know better, you think that that's like a normal cycle to be in, and it's so like you said, I mean, it is good for it would be good for school to teach you whether, I mean, it would be great if parents could, teach their kids the right way.
School can help in that sense, because, I mean, just think about it. It's like you would go to school, like, we might not pick up everything, but you pick up those important things. And if they were to teach that, it would probably stick, and you come home like, wait.
But I think ultimately it's not school's responsibility. To be completely honest with you, because you go to school like to get an education, right? Okay, this is something that maybe should be taught.
But that is part of your education,
right? It is part of your education, just being a civil person, right? But at the same time, like, it comes from the home. Like, at the end of the day, like, if your father is not telling you, hey, man, like, this is how you should respect people, your mother's not telling you this is how you should treat women, like, then you're going to have the wrong idea. So you're going to bring those ideologies to the school already. Like, school's not going to correct everything.
It's not, but I'm just saying that because, like, sometimes I feel like it could help a perspective.
Yeah.
Because
like maybe you can come home from school and say, listen, this is, I learned this today.
No, for sure. I mean, we all had those, like, sex ed classes, right? They were, like, super awkward. None of us wanted to be in there.
Everyone remembers that video.
Oh, the video of giving birth?
Giving birth?
Oh, my God.
I've never seen that.
No, I've never seen kids.
It
was the hairiest child.
Oh, God.
Every time she shaved,
nothing.
And you guys remember when she was giving birth, the head came out and then it stopped.
Why on earth did they show you that?
Yeah.
Well, look, now we know. I knew childbirth at 8th grade.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how to deliver a baby.
Yeah, well, pretty much.
See, like in that class, I remember the kids being immature and laughing, and I feel like, okay, that's going to happen everywhere, but it can be taught in that class. Like during sex ed, okay, we're going to learn about what it's like to be a man in society, to a woman in society. Maybe have those like special events where they have a speaker come in and talk about it, like.
Psychologists, honestly.
We have they come for suicide.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's not just.
We could have a rape prevention, maybe.
Exactly. And what to do in a situation and to speak out, because I feel like now people, mental health is a really big topic now, and people
they probably
are more willing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they are. There's a lot of schools. I mean, obviously not now. Nobody's going to school, but maybe that is a change that's already in progress. Because I mean, we had sex ed and how to have good hygiene and whatever, how to put on a condom and birth control and whatever. But at the end, that's really not going to teach you how to be in a relationship with another person. That should be the class. That's what I think should be a class. You have all these crazy ass classes, like you have an art class. Why can't you have a class on how to
be a good person?
Be a working person in society. I mean, we've all been through this. Like, we work with crazy ass fucking people, and we're like, where the hell did you learn this? Like, how are you this toxic? How do you treat people like that? How do you think that you can get away with saying some shit like that?
But you guys, it's going back to what Jake said. It's also about the home, right? Because especially in the most more, I guess, like the poverty areas, where you have family that need to have those 2 jobs. that they're not home at all times, and they can't really like teach these kids that, right? And they're home, and the mom's hey, here's $20, order dinner, and cool, you're left alone by yourself. So now,
the streets raise you.
Yeah,
but yeah, then that's.
But you know what I'm saying is like.
Only I had both my parents. It definitely was not the streets.
But like, only so much. I guess so much of the good manners and good. I don't know how to really explain myself, but so much good can come out. Never mind, bro. Point is, if you know what I'm saying though,
like so much good can come out of the teaching in school than at home.
Right? Yeah, because right. I mean,
but at least you'll learn, you'll pick it up because I feel like there's things that like you learn in school and you go home and you're like, what the hell's going on in my house? Like, this isn't what I was taught at school.
Well, school doesn't teach you real life at all.
Exactly.
No, let's be honest.
But I've had some good teachers, though.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I think obviously teachers are instrumental, like, and maybe like teaching you how to be as a person, but like the structure of school in general doesn't teach
set you up
how to actually be a human being after school.
No, I think the whole schooling system is just prehistoric. It's just the same thing that's been happening for so long, and they're just continuing to it.
And they try to change it.
Yeah, I think everything should change to now. Like if you notice, like you're saying, like there's like us, we have kids, we're raising them like these values and how to respect. But then I feel like with school, if they did this 20 years ago, we're only learning this because of social media, and you're seeing like that's not how a person should be treated, or like you wait till like you're in the working world or when you get a relationship outside of school for you to learn like, hey, that's wrong. But if you don't think it's wrong, you're never going to fix it. So I feel like that's why if it's in school and they're teaching you that, like school should adapt around the times. Like now there's social media is such a big thing, they should adapt around social media. They should like everything's changed around your time.
Yeah.
Because what about like you come from a good home, but then you go to school and you have like kids around you that are not from a good home, and you pick up things from them.
That's really the biggest issue, I think, because I think a lot of people like maybe have like good parents, and their parents are teaching them the right values, but then they meet like other people in school, and they want to be like with the in crowd or whatever the case might be,
and that happens all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Thank God I wasn't like
when you're easily influenced, and
like I don't know how that can be prevented because you can't.
I mean, that's almost impossible.
Yeah, you can't.
I think it comes from like.
I wouldn't say it's impossible. I should take that. It's not impossible. I think it comes from yourself, like, and your teachings. Like, if you are strong-willed, you'll know. Like, I don't need to follow these people. You know?
There should be a class on how teaching people how to not express themselves, but how to feel your feelings.
Like
if you're ashamed or like you feel like very like insecure and a crowd is making you feel a lot bigger than you are, you're gonna go towards that cloud. But if you're able to explain yourself and explain your feelings and things like that, then you'll understand. Someone will be able to give you good advice. So you feel like I feel very shallow because of this or that, and someone's like, no, you should think this way. Then you learn how to express yourself. I feel like that's what kids. I don't think anyone. And then with males, I think it's different because of the ego. You always have the male ego on top of that. No matter what, any value in anything, you always have the male ego.
And I think before that class, like there should be some college courses being taught in high school. Like for example, about ethics. Just not business ethics, but ethics in general. I mean, these are things that we should be learning instead of when we get to college, But that's my opinion.
No, and then that's definitely true because now that you say business ethics, it's like we've had that class. I mean, we went to business school, but did you guys have ethical classes?
I had a religious ethics class.
See, and it's like, okay, you guys were a different major. We only had an ethical class because it's like, well, you're going to be somebody's manager, but it should be a more well-rounded class. Like you should just be ethical every day. That's just the way that you should carry yourself as a professional, as whoever, because a lot of kids maybe don't go to college or that's just where their education is going to end. So at least if you have a foundation of something to carry, I mean that would be a huge help. I think honestly it should just and I think like we're saying, I think people are raising their children differently. Some people are very extreme one way and some people are very extreme the other way. But I do think that there is more hope in the way that kids are being taught now. I don't see it so much like, like when we're growing up, that's the boys do that or the girls do that. Like I feel like parents now, hey, if your son wants to wear a dress and play with Barbies, fuck it, you can do that. And if the girl wants to play sports and wants to cut her hair short,
football,
I love that because I remember growing up, like I had family where it's like, oh, you can't cut her hair or you can't do certain things. And it's like, you're already from a young age, you're already learning like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to be. So then I can be attractive or whatever, like you guys know I have big curly hair and it would be a problem. Like, oh, somebody go do her hair because, and it's like, if I'm just being a kid, why do I need to do those things, So I think that definitely comes down to it.
And that's another societal issue, is that women are supposed to be one way, right? We're supposed to play with Barbies. We're supposed to, have our hair straight and looking perfect all the time. And we're literally taught that from TV and the Disney Channel commercials. Barbies are always perfect, and we're supposed to look like Barbies or princesses, right? Why can't I like freaking Batman when I'm like 5 years old?
Yeah.
Right? Like, these are things that we're taught, and I feel like these things should change, Not to say like, all girls should now just play with boy toys. No, but if they want to.
But if they have if they want to do that, you shouldn't make a kid, like, because that's really where you don't understand things and then people force it on you. It's just very confusing, and I think that's where, growing up, you kind of like, you drift into certain, I don't know, personalities or something like that. Like, what is the issue? Like, if you're a girl and you want to play with your brother or play sports with your friends, like, and then someone constantly telling you, no, that's not the way that it's done. You're going to keep going down that path of like, oh, as a woman, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I run a business? Can I do, like, just so many things.
And then it stems into other things.
Exactly.
Like, so I can't be a professional athlete because only guys can.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
even more normal things like, can I be a mom and work? Can I, go for that big job that I want and still do everything else that I want to do, So
there's a lot
I'm
of
losing my train of thought.
No, but I get what you're saying. A lot of it comes from society and from your family itself. I mean, we all grow up in different households and different cultures. And I feel like culture also has another thing to do with it too. And some cultures are also like way behind, and some cultures are still thriving.
I mean, like, we're all pretty much Spanish here.
Yeah.
Or, yes, we'll count you in.
But
Spanish.
I know, like,
we're adopted.
We're adopted. But yeah, we saw those things.
Well, like, I mean, not that Hispanic households are any different, but like, let's say a Portuguese household. A lot of Portuguese families are always like, what? The woman stays at home, she cooks, she cleans, she irons, she does a million other things. And then a lot with the Muslim households too, right? And you slowly see that changing.
Over there.
Yeah, why are you laughing? But you see that a lot too, like in Muslim households, the son can do this, the son is the pride and joy of the family, and then the daughter is the...
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, when he was born, it's like, oh my god, everyone in the whole town of Morocco came to go see him.
It's a boy.
It's a king.
The king.
I mean,
but it is like when you have your first boy, it's like this big thing. Like if you had a daughter, like you had a kid, but if you have a kid, everyone's like, your first kid, congratulations.
Damn. You have a girl, like, fuck.
Even before you're born, you're already rejected. Like, what the fuck?
Who was that king that would kill his wives if they have girls?
Yeah.
Henry or some shit?
Yeah, because she kept having girls and he...
No, not she. Several women kept having girls. He would just execute each one of his wives. He would just execute his wife.
Bro, I think it's you, man. You should kill yourself, man. You know what I'm saying?
Funny how they never think it's their fault, right?
Yeah.
These kings.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's another topic.
Yeah, which is the whole other topic, but vasectomies.
They're great. You get them reversed,
I love
that popular post. Though.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's been.
What was it?
If that can be reversed, then why aren't men why is it that
society?
Women, and why isn't society pushing?
Yet they push for females.
When that is not reversed.
Because look at the most men in charge. I mean, the most people in charge. They're men.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
they're old white men.
Explain to me what it is. I have an idea.
Well,
Is it tie it up, my guy?
Is it like moving your dog?
So I was at the barbershop the other day, and some dude was bragging about this. Like, after I had my third kid, my wife wanted me to have it. He's like, I gotta tie it up. for free because the insurance pays for it, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
But then to reverse it though, you pay $10,000 out of pocket.
$10,000.
Yeah, $10,000.
There you go. You didn't say that.
But if you're he's from the military. He was ex-military, so he said he got it for free because his military paid.
Can I actually for time out real quick?
Join the army.
Everyone free second. Serious question though, like, okay, you get the vasectomy, like, can you still do your thing?
Oh yeah. Bang, 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 baby.
He's got fake guns.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Honestly,
your bullets won't kill them. You know what I'm saying? It's shoot.
Okay.
Okay,
But you didn't say that, so we were having a conversation. She was like, "You could just do it," and I was like, "You pay for it then." And then,
but why are you guys so against it? Like, what's...
Oh wait,
because I heard it's still not the same though.
To give birth to a baby, it costs more than $10,000.
Wait, I'll do it. What? Hold up.
And then raise it.
I'll do it. But then to reverse is $10,000. That's $10,000.
Hey.
Wait, is that true? Let me look
look
this
it
up.
up.
That'll be the best $10,000 I've ever spent.
Mind you, listen.
Okay, but what
if you
about
see
what we
something
spend?
for $2,000, remember you're talking about my penis, okay? Not your penis.
Well, at least
So, I want to make sure the best doctor looking at this
And
shit.
$10,000 because look, I'm snipping it back. $10,000 because I'm gonna have another baby that's gonna cost me another $16,000. Boom. Now.
Okay, but what about us?
at least you can reverse it. But for
Yeah,
us, we
we have
that,
damage.
That's it.
No,
Yeah.
I know someone that she had her tube tied and then she had the kid after.
Because
No,
for women,
we're
it's
talking
very
about like
different.
just taking birth control or being
I
like.
thought you meant like your tubes tied.
Bro, it's because the
From
eject
then,
bomb.
Lisa,
Get out of there.
In most parts of the UK, it's free, so you could take a trip. We can
Let's
all
go.
take a trip.
Oh yeah, we're citizens from the UK. I forgot.
Lisa, do a quick fact check. Is vasectomy 99.9%
Viagra,
or 100% effective?
Wait a minute. First of all, it's $0 to $1,000. So whoever said it was a $10,000.
Yes, and remember what I said.
To get it undo.
To get it undone, you gotta understand, bro.
Yeah.
You're messing with my penis. I'm not going to some, Dr. Enrique. So go ahead and, my man, do your thing. No, I want to make sure it's done right, and that's what the guy at the barbershop was saying. He saw some people that were for $1,000, $2,000, but you understand it's his penis. He wants to make sure it's good once it's done.
Tell him what it feels like.
Okay, $4,500 to $8,000, and I honestly rather pay that. Excuse me, where are you going,
Yeah.
sir? This is their child. You see,
Bro, what are you doing here? This is why I had him tied. Yo, bro, go over there, bro. Go to bed, Maki.
the dog has entered the building.
Go
Go
to
to
bed,
bed. Go to
Go.
bed.
Be careful of wine glasses.
Maki, come here. Come here, boy. Come here.
He's like, oh, my dad loves me.
Of course he
Yeah,
goes that
pick that
way.
up. Oh. Come here, boy. Come here. Maki.
That guy.
Either you're hanging out with us,
Come
or
here.
he's scared.
Come here. Come here.
What does it feel like?
What does it feel like? Let's see.
Okay, remember we watched Brampty's video?
It feels like getting
YouTuber.
kicked in the balls.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Wait,
what?
what?
When you
Getting
nut?
it done.
Who got
Yes.
a vasectomy?
Wait, they don't like
Brampty's.
anesthesia?
No, you're
Okay,
awake.
about
You're awake?
what? 50 out of. Okay, about 50 out of 100 men say the pain after the reversal is like after their vasectomy. Another 25. Not painful at all. Not painful at all. I see here.
Yeah, sure.
The guy that got it done said it feels like getting kicked in the balls.
Yes.
Getting kicked in the balls hurts.
And we feel
So
that
bad.
almost every month.
For 8
Okay,
days.
pain that doesn't last a few days.
If
Well,
you
when
take
we went to
medication,
Mexico, right, and they showed us the what is it, the
Obsidian?
Obsidian. You're only supposed to have your period for 3 days, and it shouldn't be as painful. So you guys gotta look into that.
Oh, and what are they? What's
Explain that,
Birth
explain that
control to
for-
control it.
No, you gotta go to
Holistic.
holistic to list.
Yeah. Do you know how much that costs?
It's a lot of money.
$250 for their consultation for the first visit.
Really?
You want to know?
But
how
I heard
much
it's really
after?
good. I was watching a podcast that this
He's
to
like,
divert.
You're gonna pay for it.
It's
You're gonna pay for
250. Wait, the
it? Every visit. No,
insurance
insurance
doesn't
doesn't cover it because
It's not
healthcare in
medical.
America sucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they don't believe in holistic or
Yeah.
natural health care.
But I heard it's like there was. Well, I was really against. Like not against it. I'm like, come on, how did? Well, how did they know? But then this one guy, you guys know the comedian Jim Coy.
Yeah.
The guy that you like.
Oh yes.
He said he smoked weed sometimes, and then his brother has schizophrenia. He's schizophrenic, and then he would go there, and then she ran her tests, and she was like, "Do you smoke weed?" And then he was like, "Yeah, sometimes." He was like, "Not all the time, but like." And then she was like, "Oh, because if you do, it increases things in your body to be schizophrenic."
Oh, what the?
And then he was like, "What the hell?" He was like, "My brother's schizophrenic." and like he said he has like a severe case, and he felt guilty because he was like when they were younger, his brother would smoke, and he wouldn't tell on him or anything. He was like, "Oh, it's my brother," and then now he thinks that because of that, because the same gene, that's your brother. That might be why he developed that.
Wow. Wait, so weed made him schizophrenic?
Yeah, because it's.
Or it triggered it.
It triggers it. Yeah. It triggers things in your body that like developed it because it can like it can have different things on everyone. Like you can do it and you're perfectly fine. You're paranoid as hell. So it's just how your body is. It's just like if like water or like milk and things like that your body doesn't take.
Yeah.
And he found that out at the holistic.
Holistic, my guy.
Holistic.
Holistic.
Well, I mean, my mom actually called a holistic doctor in Hackensack to see if she can go for her lupus, and it was $250. Then you have to pay for all of your blood work so that the holistic doctor can test your blood.
You can't go to like a Quest?
You gotta kind of figure it out. Like you can go and pay for it yourself, or I don't know. But then every visit after that is $250.
That's crazy.
And it's like you're going back every couple of weeks because you're trying to figure out what is wrong with you, and they have to run tests and do all these things. So it's not like it's your primary care physician that you've been going to since you were like 12 years old. It's a brand new doctor that has to know your entire body, has to know what triggered, what triggered her lupus. Why does she have autoimmune disease? Like all of these things. What does she eat that maybe is triggering it? What is a smell in a thing that you plug in your wall that's maybe triggering a disease? So it's like there's so many things out there. There's so many things that are bad for you. That's a whole other subject. Yeah.
But if you think about how we were saying it, like look at us. You said $250, and everyone's like, "Fuck that." Like you rather take these drugs that you don't know what's in it or what can develop into that, but like you're not investing money into yourself to what.
Think about it. Regular doctor's visits can probably cost you more than that.
I totally would, and I would actually. I encourage my mom to do it, but it's like that adds up, and it's.
But it's investing in yourself. It's investing in your well-being.
But think about it. If I'm a wealthy person, I can go to the best holistic doctor in the entire world. I can go fly myself to Europe, to Japan, right, and take natural herbs and be the healthiest person in the world because I have money. But if I don't have money, I'm gonna have to take these pills that my doctor gives me that could be making me even more sick.
Or nothing at all.
Right.
That's a deeper, darker.
Well, I don't know if money's like the factor. Like, I don't know if you guys listen to Big Sean's latest album, but he had a song on there where he was saying that when he was young, they suggested that he had like heart surgery. They took him to like a holistic doctor. They told him to take something different. I think it was like magnesium or something. And then when he went to the actual doctor, they basically said like, "Oh, look at this! Like, you don't need the heart surgery anymore." Because he had like irregular beat or whatever the case might be. So and this was when Big Sean was younger. Like he was living in Detroit. I'm sure he wasn't like wealthy. Like I don't think necessarily need to be wealthy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but if you are wealthy, it's like Steph's saying,
it's a lot easier.
You can now have your options because listen, everybody has a certain insurance from your job. Yeah. Oh, you can only go to this type of doctor, and the worst type of insurance. Like maybe you do want to go to a special doctor.
Magic Johnson's still alive.
Yes, thank you.
Exactly.
Motherfucker's got bigger.
Yeah.
He'll
at this point, I don't even think
he doesn't come up that he has it at all.
That's insane.
Yeah, he doesn't come up that he's tested anything. He can't give it to anyone else.
Well, now there's a new medication because I've seen the commercial. It's like you take whatever.
So
they think you have HIV.
Like he can do that?
No problem.
He has kids.
Boom, boom.
He had kids after the fact that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, you can curse him.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We're not on TV.
He doesn't even have the things. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, money talks, man.
Yeah.
Tell me, man.
All right, guys. So.
So on the subject of healthcare and all that stuff, maternity leave, right? So when women give birth in the U.S., Lisa, you had said that it was 6 weeks.
Yeah, if you give, I think this is the right number. It's 6 weeks if you give natural birth, and if you have a C-section, I believe it's 8 weeks. So you get a little bit more.
Yeah. So.
But also depends on your job too.
Yeah.
Some jobs will tell you less than that.
Yeah.
And some jobs will give you
more.
Yeah.
What most women do is they'll take, their maternity leave and then they'll take a family leave, which adds like another few weeks to it.
But what's the other one that you can do? You can go leave
the family leave.
And then you don't get paid for that, right?
No, you get paid, but I think it's like
you get paid less, I believe, with the family leave.
70 to 80%, I think.
But then there's one that you could do through your insurance where you can leave as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
but then
yes.
that you got to pay back like a lot.
Oh no.
Like your job will take like maybe like your first 2 checks.
What?
Yeah, I think there's something like that because I remember
Your
speaking to somebody
yeah.
about maternity leave, and they were saying that they took their maternity leave, then they took their family leave, and then there's something else. It's like it's kind of like if you know it, you know it, and if you don't know it, like your job is not going to tell you about it either. I forget what it's called.
And then now when they don't pay you, like at all.
Yeah, and then you get to a certain point where it's like you don't get paid, or you get paid like 40%. Which, you know, which to me, I think even the 6 week or 8 weeks, that's just really not enough time for anybody. And it's crazy. I don't know how they come up with this number because I know in certain countries you can get up to like a year or months or 6 months or however. So really, who's
I just thought of that. Like, why? Like, you just had a newborn, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, you're expected to just be with your newborn for a few months.
Not even a few months. 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
A month and a half.
And then it's like, see you later.
Yeah,
you know,
see you when
like,
you're 18.
Yeah, like,
You take the kids to daycare, right?
No.
What do you do with the kids?
That's after family.
Okay, let's say 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks, I give a natural birth, and now it's time for me to go back to work. You can either take your maternity leave.
No, I'm talking about people that don't have that. What do they tell you to? What's your options to do so?
Well, do daycares even accept babies that young?
Yeah.
So,
At 6 weeks. So it's like, how do you guys feel comfortable? Your 6-week-old baby.
That's crazy. No.
At a daycare.
Anything can happen. This
I've
kid,
seen that.
some kids scare the hell out of me.
I mean, they have like, I don't know, what's the male version of paternity leave?
Yeah, paternity leave.
Yeah, like, okay, so.
And that's only a month, though, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think it depends on your job.
Follow one up with another, and then.
Some jobs give a lot.
Grandma, like, where you at?
But typically
TD
in
gave
the
14
US,
weeks.
Or
How long?
14 weeks.
That's
a lot.
not bad.
Yeah. 3 months.
I mean, it's even impressive to me that companies are even offering paternity leave because like 15, 20, even 10 years ago, that wasn't even a thing. I've never heard any man say, oh, you know, I'm going to have paternity leave.
It was looked down.
Yeah, it was like, what
How
kind
was it
of
looked
bitch
upon to
ass?
take care of your child?
Yeah.
exactly.
Because they always thought it's like
It's a woman's job.
Equal.
Yeah, so like, why would you not
Goes
be
right
here?
back to our original.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
And well, you know, back in the day, I did understand.
It's 12 weeks.
It's 12 weeks?
Yeah, it's 3 months. I always thought it was 3
Oh, okay.
months.
I think you should be able to take 6
less,
months.
But I thought it was always 3 months because it's like when you're about to give birth,
Yeah.
and then you have those.
Oh,
two,
then you
yeah,
can
you
have
take like a
like
month before.
Yeah.
But
Because
some
you're
women don't
confined.
do that though because they
Yeah, some
want
people
to
go to like the day before
Yeah,
Yeah,
to save that. That's nuts.
because you
Walking
want
around
to
like
be
you're-
there for your baby.
we were talking
at
about
3
not
months.
working for the 9 months.
No, but you guys want me to let you in a little secret. So at work, remember, we work at a distribution center, right? So first thing is first, we can't go to a woman and say, hey, you're pregnant. We can't ask that. They have to come to us and tell us, right? Once they tell to HR is supposed to put them to. I'm not saying this everywhere, but we're supposed to put them to do a lighter job. They can't tell you, yo, you gotta go on leave. You actually do. You choose when you want to, right? So at the end of the day, I'm not saying you kind of manipulate the system, but you can kind of tweak it as to your liking because even I'm assuming this is also in corporate. They just can't tell you, yo, get out of here, go home, right? You could stay there. Whether your performance is the same or not, they can't discriminate because you're pregnant and you can't perform, you know. So at the end of the day, if you guys want to last there until the last day, not performing to your best, I mean, you can go to do it. It's not like
Yeah, but I mean, some women have medical issues that they
That's true,
doesn't
too.
allow.
Yeah,
them
isn't it
to
really
do
hard to walk like after you get a certain point?
It's
Imagine
so
have to be in
long,
work.
Yeah,
I think once you're like inching up to your final weeks, I'm pretty sure. I mean, some women can do it. I mean,
some women get what's it, eclampsy, where they literally bloat, like their legs swell up so much, and they retain water.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's crazy. Why can't
Jessica Simpson had it.
Oh yeah.
Who? Jessica Simpson.
Oh
you?
really?
Bro, Jessica
Jessica
Simpson had it. Fuck, man.
who's Jessica Simpson?
Are you fucking kidding me?
The Simpsons?
Yes, from The Simpsons. She was the daughter.
She was the one with the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, okay, back to the 3 months. So, but in the U.S., once your wife has taken her all her leave that she can, and you've taken all your leave that you can, the baby is now, let's say, 3 months. Damn. 3.5 months.
Which technically is 2 months because it's 3 months because they expect your 9 month. Like you're not supposed to be working. Okay. I think that's why.
Yeah.
So the baby should be 3 months. So do you guys feel comfortable then giving your baby to a daycare?
No, but if you're at that situation, what are you going to do?
Yeah, because what if you're a single parent?
You're out of options.
Right, not everyone has access, unfortunately, to like a big family or like a grandmother that's going to come in and step in and help you out. Unfortunately, that's just not the case.
Yeah, think about it. You live in a different state. You decided to move your job, relocate. Who's going to come?
Yeah,
right.
But
you have to.
This is again society, like a societal issue. Like, don't you think that women or men, maybe men should also have an extended paternal leave, right?
No, I think it's a U.S. issue. I think that's what it is. Because every other country, you could take that time off. Even the male can take it. Like, imagine you're supposed to be there together because you just had a kid. You put a new human into this world, and it's like, no, you stay home and go to work, and then we flip flop. Now you have that separation because now you had the baby for 9 months, and then you were there for 3 months. Now you got to go back to work. How does the female feel? And then now I come in, I don't know what the hell I'm doing
because you haven't been here for 3 months.
Exactly, and especially kids, like they're sleeping, they look like they're dead. That's scary as hell.
It's a kid
which is basically what you were saying, because it's like if it was up to me, I would want us to take our leave at the same time.
Because I think as a mom,
you also need
sometimes you absolutely need the help, because some women, that's why they have all this depression and shit, because they're not sleeping. They're literally not sleeping because if your husband is working or your boyfriend, whatever, like you can't expect them to get up every single hour of the night to feed this child, so you're gonna have to do it. Or a lot of men, I think, struggle with like creating a bond with their kids, like when they're first born, because you're like, obviously the mother carried it, and then they can feel this special thing. But if you're
reverse
gone,
it, take the paternal then the maternal.
No, but she needs to feed it. Like, I mean, but a lot of people, like, it's like you're saying, like, now the baby's 3 months. Now you don't know anything. Oh, this kid has a certain way of, eating or this or that. And, you're not going to, I mean, a baby that's 3 months old is still very young, and
and then that's where stress comes in, and you're calling your wife at work, like, wait, how do I do this? How do I do that?
No matter what, the wife is always going to know more. Or if the husband is the first one to take, they're always, whoever's there with them all day knows more, because you're literally watching them the whole day. I come home, say you come home, the wife or the husband comes home at 6 o'clock. What do you see them fed and go to sleep? Or like change them? The whole day you get to cry, what they like, what they don't like, all of that stuff. I think it should be like different countries. I think other countries you get 6 months to a year, female or male. Yeah, that should be a norm.
Yeah, because at 6 months you feel like, okay, my baby is starting to roll over, maybe trying to crawl, right? So I feel like at that point I would feel a little bit more comfortable maybe leaving my child with a babysitter or with a daycare, right? Because they're 6 months. They probably had all their vaccines. They've had solid food by then. I mean, not solid food. I think you can feed solid food.
No,
at 6 months.
I think you can. Or is it 8 months? I don't know.
Like you can start feeding them actually like little
like food. Give them an apple.
Little rice maybe. Yeah. So like they're starting to do that. They're understanding their bodies more. I just feel like maybe at 6 months or later is a perfect time. Not that like, okay, we want to be home like for 6 months doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's some women that want to get back to work. That's another thing, but most people don't. And also, I think like the paternity leave for men has really changed. Also because I think as society changes, there's a lot of same-sex couples. So it's like, how are you going to ask a man who just adopted a kid or had a kid, however, you can't take, they did have a baby. So I think that has contributed a lot to that sense too, because now it's like, okay, well, technically I'm that child's mother or father, so I have to stay.
Yeah, which I think is really, really great.
No, I think it's great. I think it has pushed, and I think it has spilled over to like, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Our workplace?
No. Like, whatever. Like, regular couples. That now men feel like it's normal to take a paternity leave, where before it was like, okay. The person we work with, by the way, the guy that we work with, I think had a baby and like was back to work the next day. I was like, what?
Yeah, but it goes back to like old school, right? Especially the companies that have a long time here in the U.S. obviously they're gonna have the same rules, right? But these new startups, they're obviously it's like younger people, and they understand. So they go ahead and they actually try and give out more. I don't know what company. I don't know if it's I don't know the name, but point is they gave the same amount of time for the woman and the man.
Yeah, ours is the same.
Yeah,
same.
So like some companies are getting with this, some are not.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when you're going hunting for a job and you want a kid, obviously that's something you should look at. I mean, we're young adult right now. We're just trying to make some money, but definitely look at that.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely a thing. I mean, back in the day, women weren't even hired because they figured like, or that advice where it's like, don't wear your engagement ring or whatever because then they're gonna assume you're gonna get married soon, and if you're gonna get married soon, you're gonna have a child soon, and they don't want that shit. So I'm glad that now we have laws.
No.
Yeah, where they would tell women to not like wear their wedding bands.
Like on interviews.
Really?
Yeah, because think about it, because it's true. It's like, oh, you're getting married,
yeah, but who thinks about that?
What do you mean?
The person hiring them.
Well, that's time I'm gonna lose.
See, but that's a good thing.
So I'm gonna go ahead and hire this man.
I
never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh, cool, you got a ring, you're married.
No,
Yeah,
but even now.
Like, you might invite it, you know what I'm saying? That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like when Lisa was hired, I don't know if did they ask you like, oh, when do you have any vacations planned?
No.
I know they asked me that.
Yeah, but that's vacations, not a ring. Like
No, but
I mean, well, now it's
asking,
against the law to ask. Like that's why you can't ask if people have. Do you have kids? Do you have like? Are you getting married? Because I think because of that, that's an issue. Because like maybe I am right for the job, but because I'm a woman and these things are expected of me, I'm not going to get the job because then they're going to be like, well, I don't want no lady that's going to be in and out of here for months or whatever. So they'd rather just hire a man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's where the whole cycle of all the other things that are wrong in society happen as well.
Yeah. And I mean, I like you said, Lisa, I feel like the world is changing, and I feel like, women are now being seen in these great high positions, and it's when did we get like our right to vote? In the 60s? So think about that.
60s? Was it the 60s?
I don't think so.
Women's right to vote.
Someone posted something.
No, it wasn't the 60s, was it?
No, I think it was earlier than that.
It was earlier than
I
that.
think it was the 20s.
What? No.
No.
It was either the 50s or the 60s.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say the 70s.
The 70s?
1920.
Oh,
What up? I told you, it's a 100-year anniversary.
Yeah.
It's the history professor.
But
But
was
it
it for
hasn't
the white
been-
women or
Shout out to
everyone?
Miss Haringa, she told me about that.
Probably white women only.
Yeah.
So which means we're all out except Stella.
Wait, she's white.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, I think that was all women.
Wait, but that's crazy. When
100 years.
I saw that today, like people were writing like captions like, "Hey, celebrating 100 years," like today voting, and but like if you think about it, like that was really a thing. Like you're a woman, you can't vote.
Yeah, because your
Think about
thoughts didn't matter.
Yeah, how little they think of your opinion at that point.
It's like,
That's
It's
crazy.
Go on,
the same with
lady.
the prisoners though now. Like, if you're a prisoner, you can't vote, right?
Yeah, or just, even if you're not a prisoner, you're just I think registered felon. You can't vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, think about you saw that TikTok where it's like, oh, back in the 1918 when the husband finds out that the woman can read. Yeah, because he's like, oh, what does this say? And she's like, oh, the Holy Bible. Or, I didn't know you could read. And then he like gets a belt. And
oh my god.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's
It's a joke,
that's
though.
crazy. Well,
It's a
remember they knew that you could read. They thought you were a witch.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man.
It should never occur to them that we have the same brain.
He's king.
Yeah,
those
those
aren't real
man. Yeah,
kings.
those aren't real kings.
Yeah, they got brains like this.
It's crazy because, like, I want the best for, any woman, right? Or any man, too, right? And I could take it to, like, for example, my girl earning more money than me. I'm not saying that she does right now, but, but like, we're at the same level right now, right? I know for a fact she's going to grow in the company. She's going to sooner end up making more money than me. You think I care? No, man, it's more money for me, too, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I want it, man. I mean, keeping parents. I want to be the stay-at-home dad, actually. Like, I'd rather swim. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like,
ready. I'll stay home.
Please make more money. Please go ahead and move up in that company. Like, please.
I mean, but a lot of men, that's just where they get their confidence from. I mean, so that's if
For
they,
real?
Yeah, their salary.
where it's like, well,
it's
I'm the man.
ego.
It's like not only am I physically bigger than you, like I make more money than you, so
Everything.
you're always in a sense in control. Because that's really why all these women had to stay in these badass marriages, is because they couldn't get a job. So it's like I have to fucking take this shit.
Like,
you know?
how good is it when Stella just said, "Babe, I got the dinner"? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, great.
Feel like smack me on the butt.
Yeah, hold on me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Since you've been working from home,
Yeah.
that's been me.
What?
I've been buying you food like crazy.
So
Your salad.
This is a lie.
Nah. But like, you don't have a problem with that.
No, I don't care. But yeah, I spent all this money just trying to get that money back too.
somewhere.
No, I don't care. Like, I think that's what I listen to. I do work from home, but I listen to Ebro in the morning every morning. And you know how they have the guru segment at the end where people send in their problems. It's always, well, now because of COVID, it's been people like men like thinking like trying to find fights for no reason. Like they're like, oh, my woman is doing this, should I leave her? And he's like, or like it's the women like, hey, the man's not really talking to me, he's pushing me away. And then Ebro's like, it's because are they laid off? And most of them are like, yeah, they've been furloughed or they're laid off. And he was like, it's their ego. They know they're not making any money, so they're just looking for things. Like they think, some people think like, let me leave the relationship because she's making more money than me, then stay in it. Like that makes no sense.
Well, isn't that kind of funny now? Like now that everyone's like home and stuff, like there's like a higher percentage of people like breaking up and divorce rates like gone up and stuff. It's kind of funny how like you get in a relationship to be with each other, and then you're actually with each other. You can't stand each other.
Well, that just goes to show your relationship was probably not good.
Good from the beginning.
Yeah, and you were just maybe avoiding it because you didn't have to spend
keep you busy.
Right, exactly. Like
now you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I've seen different. I've seen a lot of people like that we know get engaged versus get like separated because.
Yeah, luckily.
I mean, not for nothing. Spending all day with somebody, that is fucking crazy though. Like working together, then now we gotta eat dinner together, and then we have to stay home together. Like you just don't see any other people. I don't want to do that. Yeah,
well, no, you get to still see other people, but
No, if you work from home,
but
and your spouse works from home as well, there needs to you guys either need to have a separate shelf between you guys or a different room.
Yeah, that will
because you
literally
go
drive
crazy.
you insane.
Because there's people that I work with, my old team members, they put a shelf between them. Because you never know, you just need that separation.
Yeah, you gotta feel like you have some like privacy because
time.
we say that we're okay with that because we have things to do around. We kind of live in a city, but imagine you live in the middle of the suburbs. Where are you gonna go after 5 o'clock? Where are you going?
And now every day blends in together.
Exactly.
You don't leave. You don't drive anywhere. You guys get together at the grocery store. You're waking up, coffee for you, and now we gotta work right next to each other. When the computer, stop typing so loud, Jake.
Exactly. Like, so I do understand. Even the most perfect couple, I'm sure you would just get tired. It's not even the person; it's of the same routine. You're like stuck in these four walls for days on end.
I mean, I can see now. Like, look, last weekend I was at his house for the past like 2 weeks because of the dog. I'm like, okay, Saturday I'm going home. I'm gonna sleep in my bed. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up late. Do my nails because I take 3 hours to do my nails. And that's exactly what I did. And I enjoyed every single minute of my alone time.
Yeah. Right. I mean, but I think that's the thing with certain couples. Maybe they don't know how to communicate that. Like, oh, I'm gonna need some alone time because maybe you want to like be all over him or whatever, and then that's when he's like, oh, this is usually the time that I don't know, like sit in my bathtub. I don't know. And now I gotta fucking talk to you.
Like it's gonna take a shit.
Communication.
Like no, love you, but I can't be all day with you. Like seriously.
My brain attended mush.
That's all we want sometimes. We just want to like sit down and watch the game.
Yeah. Like not even think about anything, just bleh. Like you have no responsibility, nothing. There's no brain cells being used. You're just sitting there.
I mean, but we want that too, though.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't think you guys get annoying?
Listen, man, it's like when I'm done cleaning on Fridays. You think I don't want to chill?
This man cleans more than any man I know.
Oh my god.
Give him up, fucking yes. Woohoo!
King.
You see this house? We're filming in his house.
Today was actually starting to clean up. I had to go to a funeral. I'm sorry, guys.
Way to make it fucking dark.
But yeah, normally after I clean, I just want to chill and stuff like, baby, can you go walk the dog? Oh, baby, can you do this? Hey, big. I know.
Asking too much of this man.
Yeah, I want to sit. I did enough for you already.
He just wants to bless
for me.
For both of us. But mostly for you. I'm gonna shut up,
But yeah, I mean, hey, if we were to live together, I know like when I cook, I like to be left alone. I don't need anybody in the kitchen munching on things.
That's fine.
Don't worry, I won't be bothered.
I love to play some music and cook. Yeah. Like that's what I love to do. Boom, winding down time. I need 3 hours to do my nails. Boom.
What?
My toes and my fingers.
Yeah.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I clean my toes and then I clean my nails and then I do the process. Base coat, paint coat, top coat. Same repeat for your fingers.
Yes.
And then let them dry.
Yeah, so.
You can't touch anything for an hour.
Well, it's a good time to be a divorce lawyer these days.
A lawyer? Oh,
no,
a divorce lawyer.
I thought you meant
a divorce lawyer.
A divorce lawyer. Or that too.
I was like, why?
Because that's great. You're probably making a shit ton of money. You know? But, you know, I feel bad for those couples. Somebody's screaming right now in their house, like how they can't fucking stand each other.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, that really does suck.
I don't want to go through that. Yes.
Yeah, because you gotta live. That's just, oh my god.
But at least now you know before you get, like, because I feel like people who have kids, I think it's too late if you realize now. But like people that don't have kids and they're not in that next chapter and they realize they can't live with each other, boom, at least you know now. Versus you have kids and they're both 6 and they're like, oh my god.
So should that be part of marriage boot camp? Like you have to be stuck in a house for 2 weeks, and if you can live through it, then you're.
I think you have to live together before you get married.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think so.
You have to.
Yeah, and I'll say you get a puppy is a good start. Like, you guys got a puppy. You guys see, you know how crazy it is.
Yeah, I'm happy. She's miserable.
Yeah.
Yo.
Wait,
if you get a dog, major responsibility. Especially if you just want to paint your nails for 3 hours. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't fucking do it. Gotta go to different fucking.
Oh yeah, Naya has mad energy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good run to see how.
She wasn't even there.
You guys hear this man snoring?
No, it's actually Java.
Oh, it's Java, the
Java,
little one.
Yeah,
oh my god, I have a snoring dog. It's just like a baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, do we want to hit on any other things? Do you guys have any
questions or
any
anything?
comments
Well,
for women?
Just speaking about equality and like, what do you guys think equality is, right? You know, between a man and a woman. I know it's a touchy subject, so let's just.
Because we're gonna say we don't want to pay for dinner.
No. Yeah, but like,
we don't want to be that equal.
Difference.
No, I'm definitely like. I'm pro, having the same amount of pay, right? And I think Amazon does a really good job about that. And
same opportunity.
Yeah, same opportunity, right? But does that mean the same things are expected from the man, to provide?
Yes.
I'll give you a great example. I'll give you a great example. So Sarah and I, we get the same amount of money, right? But yet she expects me to pay other things that she. But we get the same amount of money, though. You know what I'm saying?
But as a man, wouldn't you want to provide?
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, but
okay, because the thing is, yes,
we want to get the same amount too.
And you expect him to pay for more than?
Yeah.
Bro, how does this work, though, is my question.
Because as a man, it should be in your nature
I'm probably bankrupt
to provide. And,
so your savings account is going to be higher while us kings are just over here living paycheck to paycheck?
No, not that. But,
pads cost money. Tampons cost money. Birth control cost me $60 for a 3-month supply.
3 months? That's $20 a month.
It costs women so
That's more than one haircut.
Okay, how much your haircut cost?
$35.
That's once a month.
Once a month.
Every 2 weeks.
Big cap.
My guys, do you like when our nails are painted?
Exactly, because they will tell you.
You said you do them at home. They're free.
Okay, so fine.
They're free. No, they're free. She does them at home.
Listen. It's fine.
Okay.
You pay for whatever she's asking you to pay for.
She's
paying for whatever, but who's saving the money?
Exactly.
Both people are saving money. Because it's not about you.
Women spend more. That's the point. Women spend more just because of we're women. We have other things we have to pay for. That we have to literally.
I disagree.
No, you know what? And I even had an Uber driver say this to me one time. He said that he would give the most beautiful man ever. He was so
money. That's very beautiful.
No, because I loved what he said. I didn't even have to push. He said this message to me. He said that he had 2 daughters and I think a son or whatever. And he said that he would always give his daughters more money than he would give his son, because at the end of the day, he understood that when his daughter needed an outfit, she also needed shoes, and she also needed a bag, and she also needed this. Like, there's more expenses that come with being a woman.
You know what's going to happen now? That kid's going to be a drug dealer now, so he gets some things.
No.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
now she's going to expect all that money from every man in a toxic relationship.
As she should. She should. I'm not saying that
what happened to opportunities and doing this yourself? And,
right, but as a woman, I don't know. Personally, and I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
Okay, if this is 50-50, what the hell are we?
Just business partners?
No. I'm going to say, no. Listen. I'm fine with it.
Unless we can have a balance of...
It should be based off income.
What?
Thank you, King.
No.
I think he's about to combine both.
No.
Hold on. Yeah, go first.
It's simple math, right?
Okay.
If I'm the male and I earn more, right? I earn 70% more than you. I should cover 70% more of the expense.
But not 100% of the expense.
But not because you make more, but because you want to.
No, you see what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, it always comes
You
down
see what I'm
Because
saying?
you want to. Yo, you should provide for your woman, even if she makes more money.
No. You guys are you guys are not understanding my point. I'm talking from a fiscal standpoint. I'm not talking from an emotional. Yeah, you want to provide for your woman, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
but
we're talking about.
But how do you provide monetarily?
Okay,
right,
but there's other ways too, you know.
Oh well,
No, there should be a thick line in the sand. If it's bills, so shit is equal. Whoever makes more money pays. If it's we go out, gifts, things like that, then I pay more. But
that's what I'm saying.
Thick ass line, like mortgage, car payment, electric. This shit 50-50.
Alright, for example, because we have dogs.
Right?
Do you guys split the bill for his food?
Yeah, I'll tell you guys our situation, or do you want to say?
Okay.
I'll say, okay. So we opened up a credit card together, right? I mean, obviously, let's say it's under me and then I added her, right? So remember, we make the same amount of money. So what I did is I put up an Excel spreadsheet, put up all our expenses, fixed and variable, and I put both our paychecks, right? So obviously, I don't look at. So let's say I'm getting more, I'm not gonna look at that, but it's just going into the account. But we're both paying for everything. It's not saying that I'm paying 100% for the dog's bill, or she's paying 100% for it. She's paying half of it. I'm paying half of it, right?
Okay.
We're not looking with it's just the money's being pumped into the account.
Okay.
Right? So everything we have is 50-50. The car, 50-50. The dogs, 50-50. Anything, 50-50.
Okay, but are you giving her more gifts?
Now, did you ask her? Did you ask her about the ring that she got?
Okay.
Did you ask her about the Dyson blower she got?
Oh yeah.
Did you ask her about the time that I took it to Portugal? You know, it was a surprise to her mom. Did you?
Ramon, you got her that ring out of your own love for her.
Right? No. Believe me, but I could have. I'm sorry. Look, and this is not the brag, right? But
he said he could have gone cheaper. He could have gone cheaper.
Thank you. I could have saved mad money. I could have went to the quarter machine, and be like, baby, here you go. It's because it's not about the value of the ring. It's about the love that I have for you.
Yes.
That ring represents the love that I have for you. So it could be a quarter or $1 million.
Wow.
Okay, listen, let me tell you something.
Damn, so I'm
by the time this whole thing is over, you're gonna have a lot to answer.
Okay, so how much am I worth? Ring-wise.
We can't talk that here on the air, right? That's another conversation.
You know what Gabe said? He said he could go to Walmart and I would never know he got my ring from him.
Yes, you fucking would.
And I told him, yes, I would. I would put it down. But he
Because
said
these
I would
girls
never.
will go get that shit checked.
And the only reason why we're not checking is because I was there. I confirm.
She wasn't there. That shit.
I would have got give me $100 one right there.
He'll be like, girl, you wouldn't believe what he did. I would have came and snitched.
The point is, guys, I think at the end of the day, everything, but even, so this is why I disagree with some of you guys. So even if you're making more, I'm making more, right? And someone's making less, I believe our checks should be pumped into the same account. Obviously, some should go to our separate checking, right? Yeah. But everything else should be pumped to that account to pay the bills. So obviously, at the end of the day, like, it kind of goes back to what Jake says, because whatever you put in, let's say you're getting less money, it's being put into the account that's probably only paying like 30, 40, maybe 45% of it, right? If you're getting less. Yeah. But then, like, the rest of the money that, you know, I'm getting, for example, is probably paying the most. But it's being pumped into the account. It's already calculated for.
But you're saying as a percentage, because
if someone's getting more, someone's getting less.
Yeah, it should be about a percent.
If you're making X and they're making X times 2, right? Like, it wouldn't be fair to ask the person.
Yeah, because if one person's making $50,000 and the other one's making $200,000, you can't ask them both to put the same amount.
Well, no, I'll probably by then. I mean, whoever's getting $200,000 paying all the bills and the $50,000 is going to the savings. Yeah, that's a whole other story. But I don't think we're that far. But what I'm saying is like, and you can ask her. She puts whenever she's getting her tampons or you know, her goody things, you know, and the credit card. And guess who pays the credit card? Both of us.
Okay.
Both of us can pay the credit cards.
Yeah.
So she, in reality, who's coming out with less money?
Yeah, because she's buying.
But at least it's 50-50. And it's not me just paying for everything, right?
That's a dangerous
one. No, I don't think I'm like totally serious about you guys having to pay everything unless you are making that much more money. That's in that case, and then it's a no-brainer. Just like if a woman is making an astronomical amount of money more than you are, like obviously
I'm staying home.
But then again, it just also depends on the man, because this is exactly what we were talking about. Maybe if your wife is making like, I don't know, whatever X amount of more money than you are you going to feel like a little bitch? Or
No. Give it, no.
You pay the mortgage.
Baby, well, you got to pay that. A lot of
men. Myself, you the man.
When we go out to events, I won't even put my name on my chest. I'll put her bitch.
Yeah, but see, no.
I'm going to call you daddy. I'm going to call you daddy. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, daddy.
Nah, but I wouldn't want I wouldn't want that type of man in my house.
No, I'm gonna still be manly. It's just, you know. I'm still be manly. Yeah, I'm hitting right, daddy.
Yeah. He's like, I change light bulbs in this house now. Because he stays home all day.
That's another thing. Do you think a man should know handy things?
Yes.
No.
What?
To an extent.
Not like don't change the entire toilet.
To an extent, like, I'm not over here messing with the plumbing and shit. But
no, don't do that.
But I'll build furniture and hang a frame.
I'll build the shit out of furniture.
And it also depends. Also, like, for example, me, I didn't have my father growing up. Mm-hmm. I have my stepfather and my grandfather come occasionally, and my mentor too. But it's not my father teaching me how to hammer down a nail. Let's say, for example, So
ain't nobody dad teaching them that shit,
bro.
Well, back in the day, yes.
Fuck out of here. Ain't nobody dad sitting.
No, I don't think they're teaching, but you have the experiences. Like your dad's like, "Hey, son, come here and put up this door. Come help me."
Right.
I didn't help shit. If my mom said,
if her dad would have been my father, bro, I would have been a handy ass
different scenario, bro.
Yeah, my man did my whole backyard, bro.
Okay, different scenario. But if your dad was an English teacher, he's not gonna sit here and son, this is how you fucking fuck out of here.
But you'll learn some things.
You'll learn some things. No, but not they're not. That doesn't happen, especially nowadays. With dads, that doesn't happen.
So then, how would you learn to be handy?
Yeah,
do you think guys are learning?
YouTube.com.
I was just gonna say
YouTube.
The manual to build something.
The manual that it comes with. Read it.
Yeah. Okay, another question for the girls. Would you prefer your man to be handy or technically savvy, technology savvy?
You know what? Tech savvy, because when the computer or anything just...
Oh, but even that, if you're tech savvy and you in the tech world, you getting bread. I'll hire a handyman.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the issue is now. Men don't have to be handy because you can just hire a plumber.
Yeah.
You can
there's
just
accurate.
you don't. There's not that sense of pride.
Would you prefer I try to fix it and fuck it up?
Well, I think that's the thing. That times are changing, so men don't have that pride. Like, you guys are totally okay with just hiring a plumber. Back then, a man would be like, I don't need to hire a plumber. I can just do this shit myself and fuck up the whole house.
Sexy.
You know?
No, but I think that's very sexy. When a man can say, we don't need to hire a plumber, I can do it.
If he can do it,
you fix it, Johnny, with the water up to here and shit.
Fuck that. I'm gonna hire the first plumber.
That's very, very attractive.
It's very attractive because you're not just, sitting here
What do you think I come up with all these crafts?
How about this? Next time something like that happens, I'm gonna be like,
no, because
we don't need to hire.
Yo, bro, am I gonna look?
5 minutes later, I'm gonna be on the phone with that person. Though,
At
right?
the end of the day, women just want, a caveman, that can just
man.
Look,
things.
finance, supply chain. Where are we gonna learn how to plumb?
What do you
Figure it out.
No, because I can picture it now. Us in our house, enjoying my morning coffee. The fucking handle on the cabinet is loose.
Wow, that's mad easy.
Girl, you could do that.
No. Time out. Wait. Time the fuck out. Because you just went from plumbing from a cabinet.
Yeah, that's completely different. You know what plumbing is?
I can grab a screwdriver and fix a cabinet.
No, but I mean, like, if the toilet is running, you can just change the handle by the toilet flushing.
Oh, I do that in my house, man.
No, yeah, those are easy.
So, Johnny, you're about to
That's
get mad credit for doing
not what you're referring to. That's not what you're referring to.
that.
You're referring to someone, the basement is flooded.
No. Not talking about that.
Yeah, but when you said
that.
plumbing is crazy.
Okay, no.
Right.
Not plumbing.
I'll give you an example with the boiler in the apartment. Her dad said we could fix it. We fixed it. We got the wrong boiler.
All because you didn't hire a professional.
Come to find out, that boiler that we installed,
motherfuckers almost blew the house.
Yes. Yo, he was there. We were in Miami. Literally. When the guy called us like, yo, you could have blown up your apartment. Bro, we called the Home Depot, we cut everything off, like, yo, we told our tenant, like, yo, you gotta, like,
get out, the shit's gonna
blow.
Get to the chopper.
Yes. So, but also, why would I hire somebody else to do it from the get? Warranty. If something goes wrong, I'm gonna be like, well, you installed it.
You blew up my
it.
apartment.
Yep. Yeah, I want my money. Yeah. And I need it there. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
No,
that's another reason
I worked. My last job was a situation with like plumbing and whatever. And you know what? That did happen a lot. And we did have a call of somebody that blew up their basement.
Damn.
It was our fault though because we recommended them the wrong one. But they should have never tried to buy it themselves because people will call in and be like, "Oh, my boiler is 20 years old. Can I just replace it for the next?" And we're just like, "Oh, did you speak to a specialist, a plumber, a contractor?" And they're like, "Nah, I'm fixing it myself." So okay, at your own risk. If you fuck this up, this is thousands of dollars. At your own risk. And what happens a bunch of times? Oh, we broke it. We did this. We dented it. Like. You might as well just hire.
I always think of this: anything that can blow me up or blow the house up, I'm not touching it.
Yeah, and that
walls, it could cave. Not putting that up. Floors, I'll do that easy.
I'll build shit cabinets.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, if you're a man and you're into it, then fine. Better for us. You save some money. But if you're not, take your money and hire the plumber.
Stove.
Yeah,
boiler
that you're for
and
because you don't want to do it
never
yourself.
touch.
Yeah, now you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, do you guys have any other questions for us?
Yes. I think we were very all over the place, but, we were trying to get our point across of hopefully there was a little bit of insight of how we think and how you guys think, which I think you guys are very modern day men. You guys have a lot of the same beliefs that we do, and we very happy for that.
Can we share some last thoughts?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go vote. Be safe. Take care of yourself.
Okay.
And believe in yourself.
Oh, okay.
That's beautiful.
Wise words.
Beautiful. Oh, shit's here.
All right, so I think that wraps it up for our. Oh, look, here comes the dog. I think he thinks we're
he's like, this shit's over.
Finally.
So yes, thank you for watching this episode.
Let's Just Talk.
Yes, of Let's Just Talk.